Hey, welcome to the 1,000 Feet Deep podcast. We've got a really special guest today in Big D. This guy's an absolute legend. He's overcome insurmountable odds. This is an amazing story. Don't miss it. Hey guys, Dan here from 1,000 Feet Deep, and today we're talking to Big D. Big D, how are you, mate?
Good, mate. How are you?
Good, mate.
Great to be here.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. I really appreciate you coming in, mate. You got a real story, and we'd love to hear it. And our viewers want to be able to hear what you've been through and how you've overcome everything you've done, mate. And firstly, though, thank you for rocking up, because I know it's not easy doing this sort of stuff. So we really appreciate your time, bro.
No, it's not, mate. I'm a bit nervous.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited, mate. And yeah, thanks for having me. I feel really privileged and honoured to be here.
Well, mate, you've got a real story, you know. So 1,000 feet deep. So we talk about living deep because we feel like, you know, life's too shallow, you know, and what you've experienced, what you've been through, I feel like you've got no choice than to live a bit deeper.
Yeah.
There's one thing out of all the awesome things to say about Deon Mcfadyen, he's not shallow.
Yeah.
You know. And so, mate, firstly, tell us a little bit about yourself, mate.
Yeah, mate. I'm just an ordinary person, mate.
Yep.
I'm a proud father and family man. I've got a lovely family and a great group of friends that I love dearly. I grew up in a little town, Raymond Terrace. Well, it was little back then.
The terrace.
Yeah. And I've lived there most of my life. Moved away a little bit. Lived in England for a little bit.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
How long did you live in England for?
Oh, only 12 months.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, just 12 months was, mate, back in 2004.
Yeah, okay. I
was 25 years old. It was
lifetime ago.
It was awesome. Yeah. Long time ago now. Just lived in Raymond Terrace all my life, and I work in the mining industry.
Yep.
That's all I've pretty much done, Dan, is worked in the mining industry, and I'm just an ordinary person.
Yeah. Well, you had a good footy career here in town, mate. Here in Newcastle. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, I did, mate.
Yeah.
I was very, very lucky. I played in what's now known as the Denton Cup.
Yeah.
Back then it was the Tui's Cup. I managed to play over 200 first grade games.
200 games?
Really? From 1997 to 2009.
Yeah, mate.
It was. Before that, I just played with all my mates in at Raymond Terrace. And then, I first started in the Denton Cup, or in what was the Tui's Cup in 1997.
Yeah.
We come out from Raymond Terrace from the under-19s.
Yeah.
We actually were lucky enough to be coached by Craig Higgins and Darryl Warden, Scrubby Warden in the under-19s, and we were lucky enough to win the grand final that year.
Yeah, I remember it, mate. Remember it well.
It was awesome, to be around just all the guys you grew up with.
Yeah.
Looking back now, mate, I probably think that it was probably one of my favourite years of my life. You know. We had two teams, and we were just all terrace people, except for a handful, mate. Yeah,
it was amazing time, mate.
It was an amazing time, and I think sometimes we take it for granted. And we definitely did back then. Being young and silly.
Yeah, and you do take it for granted, eh? Hey, so who'd you play for? Did you play for the Bay as well?
Yeah, so so Nelson Bay Marlins, they were back there. Yeah. Then they we had to play we had to go there. We had to play with Raymond Terrace were classed as a feeder. Yeah. A feeder club, so we had to actually go and play for the Marlins. So I went out there in 1997 and had a year out there, which was good. But then I went into coming here to South Newcastle, mate. Yeah. And I played 98, 99, 2000 with South Newcastle. Yeah. Which was awesome. Like what a great club, great people. Yeah. I absolutely loved it. I probably would have stayed there, mate, to be honest. Yeah. Won a grand final in 99.
The Souths won a draft.
Oh, no, we won. I was in reserve grade. So I played 98, I played 20s. Yeah. 99, reserve grade, and then 2000, I played first grade. Yeah. And then, mate, like, bit of a dream come true. Raymond Terrace decided to come into the Tui's Cup. Yeah. And, Craig
got in the grand final first year, didn't they?
No, third year.
Third year, was it?
Yeah.
So,
coached by Craig Higgins, who pretty much everyone knows. coached by him for the first 2 years, and then Scotty Coxon, a local bloke, he coached us in 2003, and we had some really, really good years there. And unfortunately, 2003, mate, as you know, we got beaten the grand final right on the bell by Cessnock, which still haunts me now.
Yeah, it's controversial. Controversial little day, wasn't it?
It was, but at the time, people make decisions with the information they got and the things that are in front of them, mate. So they've made a decision. It just happens, mate. That's the way it is. Yeah.
And tell us a bit, mate, about your working career too, because I know you're pretty humble. You say you've only just ever worked for the mining industry, but you had your own business for a bit too, though, didn't you?
Yeah. In
amongst raising kids and playing footy and working as well.
Yeah, I did. That was fantastic, mate. So when I went, so back in like 2010, CrossFit came.
Yeah.
Everyone started getting into the CrossFit, and I thought I'd try it out, and so I went and tried it, and I loved it. Yeah. I just loved it, mate. Playing rugby league and stuff. You get that competitive edge, and I just really enjoyed pushing myself.
Yeah.
And I really just enjoyed everything about it. So,
you're a rock, mate. I remember, for those who don't know, D's, you're 6'2", 6'3", something like that.
6'2", yeah.
Yeah. And I remember back in the day, mate, when you had the gym playing footy, you're a beast.
Yeah. No, I really enjoyed being fit. I thought, I was at my best when I was like that. I think. Well, I think even now, looking back, I think that when I was fit, you're confident. Yeah. You just. You think you're unbeatable. It was really good, and we did CrossFit for a while, and I got my wife Emily, got her into it, and she loved it too, mate. Because if you go and apply yourself to something, it's like anything. You just get the reward from it. It just transforms you, and it's I think the thing that I liked with it was that you go there, it goes for an hour. They tell you what you're doing.
Yeah, I love that part of it.
You get into it.
Yeah.
You work really, really hard. You talk a bit of crap with the people that are there, and then you go home. Yeah. And if you apply yourself, it gets results, mate. It does, like anything, but it really did. And myself and like my wife, we just got so much out of it. Yeah. And so we did it for a few years. Changed it. Went to a few different CrossFit gyms, and then. Yeah, a good friend of mine, Mitchell Cox, he was doing it as well. And him and his wife were loving it, and they just decided and asked us did we want to go in and open one in our hometown of Raymond Terrace, which we did, and it's still going now. Yeah. And it was it was fantastic, mate. I just loved the people you meet, bro. It's what life's all about sometimes. Geez, I've met some great people, some beautiful people, and I loved it. It was hard, mate. I was working, playing a bit of footy, and trying to run a gym as well. And you've got to be there. It's not like you can't having a gym, a fitness facility. You have to be there, mate. You can't not be there. And it was just hard. So I was doing shift work at the time, so. When I was on night shift or afternoon shift or had to work a weekend, my business partner Mitchell and my wife, and they'd chip in and cover for me. But when I was just doing day work, mate, I was going to work. I was getting up at 4 a.m. I was working up the Hunter Valley at an underground mine, and I was getting up at 4 a.m. I was going to work. I was doing a 10-hour day, and I was driving straight home to the gym, and I'd be at the gym every night until 8 o'clock at night. Yeah. And then I'd just go home. And in the end, mate, it was just, I just had to have a look at myself and what it was doing to me and my family. Yeah. And my boys were young, and they were getting a bit older, and they were starting to play a bit of sport. Yeah. And so we just decided to withdraw from the gym, and my mate, we handed it over to him, and he bought us out, and it's still going really, really strong now. Yeah. We've still got a really good relationship with him, and it's still good.
No, that's yeah. And then, mate, you had a massive thing happen to you around that time, didn't you, mate? I'm not sure exactly when. You'll obviously tell us, but so, mate, in amongst all of that, you had a massive change of life. You want to tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, mate. Well, I'll go straight to it first, and then we can backtrack a bit. But, mate, on February the 15th at 1:20, I was told to go straight to the Marta Hospital, to the emergency.
What year was this, dude?
That was 2019. Sorry, mate. Yeah, 2019.
Yeah.
And I remember walking in to the Marta Hospital and I thought it was strange because there was a doctor and there was 3 people waiting for me.
Yeah, wow.
And I walked up and straight away one of the guys said to me, he said, "Oh, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you got leukemia." And it was devastating, mate. Like I've always looked after myself, mate. I've always lived a reasonably healthy life. Like I like a good time, and not so much anymore. But when I was younger, and but I always sort of tried to eat pretty good, and I always exercised. Always, I was always fit, always, and it was absolutely devastating.
So what were the symptoms, D? What got you in there?
Yeah, I'm glad that you asked me that because in the summer of 2018 and 19, I don't know if you remember, we were going through a really, really bad drought. Yeah, okay. It was like hot as hell, and I was actually working out at Narrabri, and it was like mid-40s every day. It was relentless. And you probably remember because you were out at Tamworth at that time. We were being the same, and I was feeling like crap. Like I was really, really tired all the time and fatigued. Like I couldn't walk 200 metres without having to stop.
Yeah, wow.
I was trying to work on being a diesel mechanic. I trying to work on the machines, and I'd get to the mid-afternoon, I'd just be absolutely knackered.
Joking.
And it just got worse and worse and worse. So I actually went to the doctors not long into when I wasn't feeling the best.
Yep. And
he actually just thought, he said, "Look, I've had a few guys your age," because I was 39 at the time, your age, coming in with heat exhaustion. So I just think you're the same. Like, just go away and just drink some water, eat some good food, And I remember every afternoon I'd drive home and I'd grab a Gatorade from the service station. I'd smash a Gatorade into me. I'd drink heaps and heaps of water. Yeah. And I just wasn't getting any better, mate. I just wasn't getting any better. And I remember one time I was having lunch with my workmates, and I was eating a sandwich, and I actually fell asleep.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, at the table with food in my mouth.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, and anyway, they woke me up, and they're like, "Are you all right?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. I'm just tired, and I'm working. I've just been working a lot, and it's hot, and it's just yeah." So I just got worse and worse, Dan, and I ended up going back to the doctors again.
Yeah.
And he hit me with the same thing.
Did he?
Yeah. And I'm like, "Oh, okay." He said, "Yeah, mate, like you're out at Narrabri, like how hot is it out there?" And I told him, and he's like, yeah, it's just heat exhaustion, mate. Just look after yourself a bit better, get some sleep, rest up." And then on the Saturday night, I got invited. A mate of mine lives out at Lambs Valley, and we went out there for a barbecue, and we're just sitting out in the back and having a beer and eating, and my mate turns to me and he said, "Oh, are you all right?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't think so."
Wow.
And he's like, because me and my wife, we were talking, and she asked me the other day if you were all right. And she said, "Is Deon all right?" And Pat said, "Oh, I think so. Why?" And she said, "He just doesn't see him himself."
Yeah.
Anyway, I said to him, "No, mate, I'm not right. There's something wrong with me." And he goes, "Well, go back to the doctors." Yeah. So on the Tuesday, I went back and to the same doctor for the third time. Yeah. And I said, "Mate, I'm not getting any better. Like, I'm doing everything you told me to, and it's just not." And he goes, "All right, I still think it's just heat exhaustion, but I'm going to send you for a blood test."
Yeah, okay.
And on the Tuesday, I went for the blood test, and I went back out to Narrabri for work on the Tuesday. But on my way out there, I stopped and had a blood test, and then on Thursday, I got a phone call saying that this is a doctor, you've got to come straight in straight away.
Wow, mate.
But before that, I actually complained to Emily a month or two before. I thought I was getting depressed.
Yeah, okay.
I said, because I just felt that I had like something that was always like sitting on my chest.
Yeah.
And I said, I think I need to go and see someone. I don't feel the best. Like I'm just not right. Like there's something wrong with me. I'm feeling down all the time.
Wow.
Yeah, I feel like that. I'm getting depressed, and that I think I need some help.
Yeah.
And it wasn't depression at all. It was the fact that I was actually very, very seriously ill, and I just never ever realised.
Mate, so what went through your mind during that time? Obviously, you've been crook for a bit, and then you walk in hospital and they tell you that. Like, was Em with you? Sorry.
Yeah, Emily was with me. So the funny thing was, looking back now, like we're driving in, and Emily's going, "Oh, you're probably just really, really badly dehydrated, or you got really, really low iron levels."
Yeah.
Because I'd always been fit, and I just thought, that's all it would be. Because before, the first time when I seen the doctor, when he told me he got heat exhaustion, it was 5.5 years since I'd been to see him.
Okay.
Yeah, before that, and we're just on our way, and we're going, it'll be nothing.
Yeah.
We'll be back. And we walked in, and Emily was with me, and we walked up, and the doctor didn't even take me into another room or anything. He just told me straight, standing in the middle of the emergency.
Wow.
Emergency department at the Mater. It was 20 past 1, February the 15th. And I think they had a bit of insult. It was my son Oscar's 7th birthday too. So that was just made it even worse, mate. It was.
There's no good time for that sort of stuff.
I think I laughed.
Yeah.
I think I laughed a little bit.
Yeah.
And Emily just broke down. Anyway, then obviously I got emotional, and I remember they must have thought, we need to get him out of here, so they took us around. Yeah. And we sat in a room, and just pretty much said to me, mate, you've got leukemia. It's really, really bad. Really bad. You're not go. And Emily's like, started crying, and it's our son's birthday. Can he just come home? Yeah. And can we bring him back in on Monday, or bring him back in tomorrow, or later on tonight? And the doctor said, you're not going anywhere.
Wow, mate.
Yeah. So that was the first stint of many. I spent 7.5 weeks in hospital.
Yeah, so goes without saying, mate, your life changed from that moment on, eh?
Yeah, it did, mate. It's never, still now, mate. It's never been the same.
Yeah.
I did 4. So the first stint I did in the Mater was 7.5 weeks.
Yeah.
And then I did 3 4 to 6 week blocks having chemo. The thing with leukemia is that it kills your immune system.
Yeah.
It goes to zero.
Yeah.
So you've got to be isolated. So it's not like a lot of the other cancers where you can go and get your chemo and then go home. You've actually got to stay in hospital. And there's so much to being isolated and having no immune system. There's so much to it. Like, you can't really touch anybody.
Mate, that's just absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
So, Dee, how did you get through moments like that, mate? You want to hear about how Em got through? She was obviously amazing and courageous. So, there's nobody sort of who gets spared, but, having to go through that on your own too, mate. Like you say, having to be in isolation a lot of the time. How did you get through it, mate? How did you get through those first couple of months?
Well, I think, being probably a bit silly, I didn't believe it for a long time. It took me a while to get my head around, and I had 2 types of leukemia. I had it was called acute myeloid leukemia, and acute lymphoblastic leukemia.
Okay.
Now, acute's the bad stuff. If you've got to get acute leukemia, you've got to get treated, mate. You'll die if you don't.
Yeah.
So the first part of it was just so hard. I got through it through a lot of, like, obviously support, mate. I've had some awesome support. I've got an awesome family, wife, boys, my mum, brothers, and like all our friends. You know, it was fantastic. But I think early on, I just tried to be positive.
Yep.
And just tried to sort of hang in there. I remember pretty early on, I like reading books. I don't read as many books as I should. And I remember I read a book. It was called No Easy Day. And it was about the guys that killed Osama bin Laden.
Yeah.
And the guy who the book was about, he spoke about breaking your time down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he spoke about breaking each day down, and there's never doing what he did, there's no easy day, and I sort of adopted that. And he spoke about he'd wake up in the morning, he'd take a deep breath, he'd say to himself, okay, all I've got to do today is get to lunchtime, and then I'll be right. Then once lunchtime comes, all I've got to do is get to dinner. And then he'd have some dinner, he'd take a deep breath, and he'd reset again. So I took that philosophy, mate. I just broke it down, and I just took it day by day.
Yeah.
And I never sort of try to let it get to me too much. And I'm very lucky. My wife, Emily, all the other noises that come with it, like all the appointments and the doctor giving the information, she took all that on board. Yeah. I remember I got pretty emotional one day, and it was only early on, and I said to Emily, like, this is too much. I can't take it anymore. Yeah. When the doctors come in and talk to you about what's happening with me, can you just go outside and can you talk about it out there, because I don't really want to. It's too much. It's overwhelming me. Yeah. So I just was able then to just concentrate on myself. So I think that maybe, I don't know if selfish is the right word, but I think I just concentrated on the task ahead, which was just I managed to block everything else out and just focus on doing what I had to do to.
It's interesting thought. Hey, obviously selfish certainly isn't the word, because it's survival at that stage, isn't it? Yeah. And and where's the rule book for that? How do you get through that? I love the fact that you've been able to, draw on even just something like that with the book. Just to be able to go, okay, coping mechanisms essentially the best you can do, I imagine.
Yes.
And so, was there anything else, mate, that got you through? Obviously, your whole world's been turned upside down. You're no longer working. You've got family at home. You're isolated. You're crook. You'd be feeling terrible every day. Was there any other things, mate, that helped you get through that period of time?
Yeah, I think I was very lucky, and there's no lucky time to get sick, but I was sick in 2019, and it was just before COVID. Yeah. And I just had such an awesome support group. Yeah. To be honest, a lot of my family. Yeah. And all my friends. I just got, one of the nurses said to me once that, oh, geez, you're getting a lot of visitors. Yeah. And it was just. It just never stopped, mate. Yeah. Like I had people,
great friend group.
Yeah, just sleeping over, staying with me. Yeah, and I took a lot of strength off them.
Yeah, good.
I remember one of my mates said to me, I feel so guilty because you're by yourself, but and then I've got to leave you in here. And I said, no, don't do that. Like, it gives me strength. And it spurs me on to think that you're going and getting on with your life. I need to be strong and get through this so that I can come with you.
Mate, it's such an interesting thought.
You know what I mean? Like, and because it was hard, mate. They said, just to backtrack a little bit, they said that I was 40 years old. I just turned 40 in August, and this was in January. And the doctor said to me, he said, look, it's bad, but we're going to treat you as if you're 20 years old. You're a big, strong guy. We're going to treat you 20 years old. And I remember the exact conversation because he goes, pretend you're on a cliff and death is down here. He said, we're going to bring you out and we're going to put you on the edge of the cliff and we're just going to hang you there. And you're going to look at death and you're just going to sit on the edge of the cliff and you're going to stay there for a while.
Wow, bro.
And then he said, we're going to just grab you at the right minute and then we're just going to start slowly pulling you back and pulling you back to where you're all right. So
it'd be hard. It'd be hard to know whether or not that was, it's a good analogy and give you clarity on what you're dealing with. But bloody hell, it's a pretty bleak picture at that stage.
Yeah, it was, mate. It was hard to comprehend.
Get your head around,
mate, and to wrap your head around it,
and go through, mate. I mean, this is the other thing too. I'm talking to Big D now, but you had to get through it, bro. Eh?
Yeah, that's right. And there was some hard times, mate. I remember one time, probably the worst time was so when your immune system goes down to zero, you've got to be very, very careful. Yeah. I lost a couple of friends, leukemia friends, that died because they had a cut on their leg that got infected. Yeah. Or, you come in and see me with a runny nose and, you pass on that infection, I could die. And I remember it was a Friday afternoon and I had some sort of reaction to something. I don't know what it was. And I started convulsing and shaking really, really badly. Oh, no. And, I woke up and there was the ICU team, the emergency response team, they used to call it, were all around me. And my heartbeat was at 230 beats per minute. And and my core temperature was 41.9 degrees. So I was literally just cooking. And my heart was racing off the scale. And I just remember laying there thinking, this is really bad. Yeah. This is really, really bad. I don't think your heart can keep beating 220 beats per minute. Anyway, I lay there and they were trying a few different things and I'll remember this forever. The nurse come over to me and she held my hand and she said, Deon, she said, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to stop your heart. We're going to have to turn your heart off. Wow. It's going to stop for about 3 seconds because it was spinning. They told me it was spinning erratically, I think. So it was beating at 220 beats per minute, but it was going the wrong way. Oh, so they had to stop my heart and then restart it. And I just remember I just remember thinking, no way. Yeah. This can't be. Emily was there, my mum was there. I was just thinking, I can't go like this. I'm 40 years old. No way. Yeah. This isn't the end. It just can't be. Yeah. Anyway, I remember, walking over and then, next thing I know, I'm waking up and, my heartbeat was back down to about 200. And then, slowly got better from there. Unbelievable. And I tell people, whether I was or not, I'm not too sure, Dan, but I reckon for a few seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, I thought I was going to die. I thought this was it. Yeah. This is me. I'm done. Yeah. And it was, I'll never ever forget that. I seen the nurse had actually come over and told me she was going to stop me heart. And I seen her. Probably about 18 months ago. And she goes, you probably don't remember me. And I'm like, are you serious? I'll never, ever forget you. Yeah. And she said to me, you thought you were going to die, didn't you? And I'm like,
Mate, what a beautiful thing, eh? Talking about depth. Hey, how awesome is it that there's compassionate people in the world who'll help us through stuff like that?
Oh, yeah.
Hey? If they left it to you and I, mate, you know, we just wouldn't have not the ability, but the wherewithal or the stomach, you know. But we've got these people out there who just serve society, serve community, mate, and be with people, hold their hand through their toughest moments. Oh, it's a massive thing, isn't it, buddy?
Mate, they're nurses. They're angels. I remember.
And they are.
They are, mate. They are sent down from heaven, mate. Like, honestly, like what they go through and what they do for you.
Yeah.
They said to me, like leave not your morals, but your dignity. That was the word she used. And when I first went in, she goes, "You're a big, strong guy. You just leave your dignity at the door, you know, because we're gonna have to do things." And like then, like I had like when you get chemo, you lose like your bodily functions.
Yeah.
So I woke up. Of a morning in bed, and I'd sawed myself time and time again. You know, I had to get, you know, male nurses wiping my backside.
Yeah.
You know, like I remember the first time that I really thought this is just the worst thing ever was I'd sawed myself and I'd vomited and I was pretty sick and I didn't have much strength at all. And a young nurse, I don't even know if she was a nurse, mate. She just might have been training to be a nurse, but she had to, she wouldn't have been much older than 20, 21 years old.
Yeah.
And with the help of like my mum and Emily, they took me into the shower and she washed me. And, you know, you joke about it over the years. Yeah. But being honest, you know, a young nurse, you know, washing you down. But, mate, it was one of the most embarrassing and hardest things that I've ever tried to do. That was horrible, mate. I just thought, you poor thing. Yeah. Here I am, a 40-year-old man that's dying and you're here having to wash me, you know. It's just terrible. So bad. Yeah. So bad.
Mate, we just want to, like, again, just going to, you know, pause for a second. Just want to thank you, mate, for being so brave to get through it and so brave to talk about it now, mate.
Yeah.
You know, it's it really is important, and this is why I want to talk about this with you today, bro. It's that we live such shallow lives. Yeah. You know, we live in the best country in the world, and you know, we all go through ups and downs and our hardships, and nobody gets out of life scot-free, and it's not easy, but we're so blessed, mate. And then, you know, to be able to hear stories like this just really helps us just put things in perspective, D. So, mate, I just want to again thank you for being brave, mate.
No, it's good, mate. And not only it's like the tip of the iceberg with the illness, because it's all the mental side of it. It's the effect that it has on your family and your friends. Yeah. It's massive. You know, you got young kids. It's just...
Everything's mental in it, D.
Yeah, it is, mate.
It's like you hear about all... You know, the things that people have been through, you know, through war and concentration camps, and it's just, it's amazing when you hear the stories where people have actually survived what got them through. You know, there's this really interesting story about he was a sergeant in a POW camp. Can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he was responsible not only for getting himself out of this concentration camp, but his entire team. Yeah. And so his role was to keep the morale up.
Yeah.
Well, this guy had been tortured over 20 times himself.
Yeah.
And he'd have people come to him and say to him, "Hey, we'll be out by Easter, won't we, mate?" And he's like, "Mate, I can't promise you that." "Well, we'll be out by Christmas. We'll be out by Thanksgiving." And he was asked the question, so who survived and who didn't survive? And what he said, mate, is he said the optimists didn't survive.
Yeah.
They were the ones coming and saying things like, you know, and of course this was their ray of hope, but they were saying things like, "We'll get out by Easter, we'll get out by Christmas." But then when Christmas came and Easter came and they weren't out, they ended up dying of a broken heart. They ended up dying because they didn't have the hope to get through any longer.
Yeah.
And this guy said the ones that survived were those who could face the facts, but deal with the reality and keep their hopes up regardless.
Yeah.
And you know, that's easy to read as a story. You went through it.
Yeah.
You know, what kept your hopes up, mate? What kept your hopes up during that time? Firstly, 2 questions. What kept your hopes up, and how long was the whole process? Obviously, you're in remission now, which is amazing.
Yeah.
How long were you in and out of hospital, and what kept your hopes up, mate?
So I guess I keep referring back to it, mate. It's obviously like my family and my friends. Like, you know, like when you're challenged with something like that and you're looking at it straight in the like death in the face.
Yeah.
Life's so precious, mate. It's so good. Like,
Yes, mate.
wherever we are or wherever you are in your life, it's so precious, and just life in general. And obviously, once again, my family and my friends was the thing that really got me through. Like, the support was just unbelievable the whole time, mate. So I got diagnosed on the 15th of February. I did 4 stints in the Mater Hospital in Newcastle, from, like I said before, 7 weeks, 7.5 weeks, and then 3 at about 4 to 6 weeks. But then I had to have a bone marrow transplant, so which was the hardest part of it all.
Was that towards the end?
That was at the end. At the end, the end, mate. So when I first got diagnosed, straight away, they said one of the first things the doctor said after he said, this is really, really bad, he said, you will be having a bone marrow transplant. Unquestionable. That's what's happening.
Yeah. So
everything was leading up to that. I had to have a transplant, at the end, sorry, but I had to have a donor. Like, I had to have bone marrow.
Yeah.
So my brother's got, this is what, about the whole thing, this is one of the things that still makes the hair stand on the back of my neck up, is both my brothers got tested.
Yeah.
And they were a 5 out of 10 match, both of them, 5 out of 10. I got, my donor was a 24-year-old Australian male, no relation. I'll never ever meet him. 10 out of 10, perfect match.
Unbelievable.
The only difference is I was O negative, my blood type, and he was A positive. So now my blood type has actually changed.
Has it really?
I'm actually gone from O negative to A positive. And he was an absolute, and just to think about that, to think that someone that's no relation, no.
Unbelievable, mate.
Yeah.
And it's painful.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. So
it's not as if.
No.
So the donor were they deceased, or is that?
No, he was no.
So they had to go through the pain of it all. Wow.
Yeah. So what happens is, mate, you go donate blood, just normal blood, red blood cells, whatever, platelets, whatever you want to donate. Then they always hit you up to go on the bone marrow registry.
Okay. All right.
So this guy, whoever he is, he must have went on the bone marrow registry, signed up, and through my testing, and they've obviously tested him, and we've found out that we're a perfect match.
It's a miracle, mate, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's unbelievable. And if you don't get a donor, Dan, you're not gonna. Yeah. It's not going to work out well for you. No. So I went to. I've done me 4 stints in the Mater, which was hard, but then I went down to Westmead Hospital, and I had to spend. I spent a total of 110 days down there. Yeah. So from the moment you receive your transplant till they let you go, you've got to stay there for roughly around 100 days. Yeah, okay. From your transplant. So I went down there. It was on about the 23rd of July, 2019. And I had to get chemo, the hardest chemo and radiation that I had to date. And then, because they killed all the marrow, all my bone marrow. Yeah. They killed it all, and and then you go, obviously you have all that, all the pre-stuff they call it, and then you go in and then you get your bone marrow transfusion. It was just a transfusion, and then you just wait and cross your fingers and pray that it's going to work.
Yeah. And so what year was that?
That was 2019. Sorry, mate. So that was. So the 2nd of August at 10 a.m. I got the transfusion. Yeah. Yeah.
And did you go into remission after that?
I was already in remission.
Okay.
So this was the confusing part about it, because I was getting hammered with chemo, and I went into, I think it was the second round or third round, I went into remission.
Yeah.
But the doctor was adamant that I wasn't going to stay there.
Yeah, okay.
So he said, we're not curing you, we're killing the leukemia, we're killing the cancer.
Good.
We're killing it, and this is your best opportunity.
Good.
So, I went down there, and that was tough, mate. That was hard. That was so hard. I got you got to have a nose tube in, and that goes into your stomach because you can't eat, because you get mucositis, which is your saliva goes like slime, like really, really thick, and you get ulcers. So I had different stages. They say they're very rarely you go through a bone marrow transplant and don't get any ulcers, but there's stages, like you can get them in your mouth, in your esophagus, in your throat, and in your stomach. Unfortunately, I got the second worst ulcers you can get. I got them in my mouth, I got them in my throat, all down through my esophagus, in my stomach.
No, bro.
Yeah, the only thing they didn't do was bleed, and that was really, really bad.
Okay. Mm.
But yeah, and I spent 5 weeks in the hospital of my 110 days, and then you've got to be within, after you transplant, you've got to be within 20 minutes of Westmead Hospital for 100 days. That's how they work it out. So it's really, really good, mate. The Leukemia Foundation, absolutely fantastic, mate. They got units across the road.
Yeah.
So I had to have a full-time carer. So I just had someone in the unit with me for the rest of the 100 days. 110 days I ended up staying there till I was allowed to come home.
Mate. Yeah, it's a process that, unless you've been through it, you've been, again, good enough to talk to us about it, we'll never understand.
No.
But mate, tell us this. What would you say to somebody going through it? A couple of things I want to sort of get close to finishing on. What would you say to somebody who's going through it? And what would you say to yourself, mate, if you could go back and say, hey, D, it's going to be all right? What would you say, mate?
Yeah, someone going through it, mate, I'd say hang in there.
Yeah.
Like, just hang in there. Like, it's not going to be easy. I don't want to sort of sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
Like,
but life's worth it.
It is worth it. It is absolutely worth it. You'll come out on the other side with a whole new appreciation of life, your family, your friends.
Yeah.
And I know, and it's sad, isn't it, mate, that it takes something like that for us to truly, truly, truly realise it.
Yeah, it is.
I remember laying in hospital just thinking, I don't care about how much money I've got.
Yeah.
I don't care how flash my car is or how big my house is, or I just want to get out of here. I can honestly say with my hand on my heart that I never, ever once wished that I was more financial or was in a better position in my life. Yeah. I just wanted to get out of there and just spend time with my family and my friends. That's all I wanted to do. I would have, if you would have walked into hospital and said, "Listen, I'm going to take everything off you, but you can walk out of here right now," I would have took it every single day of the week. Yeah. But just hang in there and just tick away at it. Just tick away. Don't try to take on too much. Yeah. Well, that's the way I took it anyway. I just Yeah. And you will, if you fight it, you will get through it, mate. You will. Yeah. You will.
That's good advice, mate. Because that's it. Again, putting life into perspective. It's funny, talk about money, for instance. I remember hearing a story about this guy who's 90 plus and sat on land for a long time. The bloke was worth, $10 million, $20 million. But he was 90-something years old, and even if he cashed in and had $20 million in the account, he didn't want to go anywhere. He didn't want to use it. See, it's the funny thing about money is it's really just the value we put on it. It's not like it's not important, but if money was intrinsically important, that 90-year-old man would have been better off for having $20 million in his account, and yet he wasn't, and he knew he wasn't. because whatever made him happy in life, he was happy with. He didn't want to sell his property. He didn't need $20 million. No. If it's true of a 90-year-old, we just don't see. It's also true of us. So again, not as if things aren't important, but you've got a life perspective, D, that we need to be able to peer into, bro. And so it's good to hear your thoughts on that. I imagine there's some things that have set you up now. Obviously, you're in remission, mate, and you have been for a good couple of years now, which is awesome. You've got an amazing family. The boys are growing up. You've got a beautiful wife who's just been such a rock throughout it. Tell us a little bit about the way you see life now.
Yeah, mate. I definitely look at it differently. I sometimes, I've got to check myself because I can sort of, I'm only human. And it's been a little while now, so I can sort of see myself going back to not so much my old ways, but just thinking just forgetting what's important, like being at work and stuff, and just something happens and you worry about it.
Sweat the small stuff.
I just really try to stop doing that.
Yeah.
And I just try to slow down a bit, like
it's a good thought, mate.
With my family, I just cherish the moments. Like when investing the moments, I think I do a lot better now than I ever did. With going with my boys, or watching them play their sport, or doing their thing, or going somewhere with my wife, or going out to dinner with my mates, or being here. I just, now I just try to cherish it a lot more and just take it on board and just,
Nah, mate.
Just be so thankful because, mate, I am blessed. I am really, really blessed. I've met some beautiful people throughout my illness and that weren't as lucky as me, mate. Same age, young kids, and just never made it through whatever reason, mate. It's just it's absolutely heartbreaking. And you just touched on it a bit before, mate. I just want to say just quickly that what people don't realise too is not only do you have to get through your illness, and you have to be brave and strong and all that kind of stuff. It's a mental and in the mental aptitude that you have to get through it as well. But it's the financial.
Yes, mate.
That's massive, mate. Honestly, the financial burden that it causes you and the financial distress that it causes you is just. It's it's off the well, mate, that's off the scale, mate. Because I've never ever been rich. Never have. I was comfortable. I got a good. I work in mine industry. I got a good job. I've always had a good job. I've always been comfortable. But then all of a sudden, all that work you do and everything you worked for, mate, just comes and it's just taken away, mate. And that's been as hard or just as hard as anything else that I've gone through, mate, I think, and trying to wrap my head around the fact that, I've tried so hard and I've worked so hard, and it's just something that's happened to me, and it's just all taken away through not working.
Yes, mate.
Having I had over 2.5, I had 2 years off work, and then medical bills and it's really, that's been really hard, mate.
Well, it puts that context back on money, doesn't it?
Yeah.
When we were talking about money before, it's not like it's not important.
It is important.
It's super important. I guess the thing is what we do with it.
That's right.
That's really
that's a whole nut. That's like I said, mate. I could sit here and talk to you about illness, mental health, financial stress.
Yeah,
we could sit here all day, mate.
That's
really, really could.
Thing you've been for
I could. I could just And even now, mate, I struggle. I'm not.
Yeah.
I haven't come out. I do have a new lease on life, and I look at life differently. But I still suffer, mate. I still struggle. I still, probably go to the pub with my mates and have a beer, and I'm upset, or I'm thinking about something I shouldn't be thinking about, and I'm all the time just correcting myself and talking to myself and saying, you know what, be positive, stop thinking like that, stop feeling sorry for yourself. It's hard, mate.
Mate, I can only imagine, bro. Hey, mate, you're doing some good. So obviously you've been through this, mate. It's you know, it's one thing to get through it, like you've said. It's another thing to be able to get through it and then start to, you know, best you can at least support others. You know, you've still got a young family, mate. You've got responsibilities, and like you say, it's not as if you're kicking goals on every front, but mate, you've stopped long enough to look around, and you've got the big D-Day.
Yeah.
Which, you know, me and my family have been to a couple of years.
You, mate. Yeah,
massive shout out to everybody involved in that who's got that off the ground. But tell us a bit about that, mate.
Yeah, so once again, just having a great group of friends, you know, that I absolutely love and adore. You know, growing up and back then it was a small town of Raymond Terrace, you know, we were a tight-knit community. Bit different now, it's huge now, but back then, and yeah, so I've managed to, and I've been lucky enough to have a long group of mates that I've been friends with for a long time, most of my life, since I was a kid. And yeah, they could see the financial stress. So originally started, they could obviously see the financial stress that I was under, mate. And so they just wanted to help me out, like having 2 years off work and not being able to work and having a young family. And like I had to move back in with my parents at one stage. And so it was started through two of my good friends that just wanted to help me out. And then it sort of evolved from that. So it just helped me out with a few medical bills and stuff. And
Yeah. And how much money have you raised, mate?
Over $100,000.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, just in 2 days. We've only done it twice, mate. So we done it the first time, obviously, for me, and which was, it just helped me out so much. Like it was awesome. And then, two young girls that had leukemia. One local girl in Raymond Terrace, and one girl from down at Redhead that were really struggling and going through leukemia. We raised a bit of money for them, and we've managed to give some money to two girls and then to another young boy that's going through leukemia, and a couple of other people that have been struggling within their lives as well.
Mate, I tell you what, it's one of those things, isn't it, that to be able to give back, and I can only imagine how rewarding that would have been.
Rewarding. I remember me and our good friend Joel Osborne, we were at the tavern after the second one, and it was a bit more. It was more rewarding for me than the first one. The first one, it was about me, and being like, we're all proud people. I'm not egotistic. I haven't got a big ego or anything. I'm a pretty level-headed, easygoing person, but I felt really uncomfortable, mate, to be honest. And I don't think in that first time I enjoyed the day. And I loved it, but I don't think that I enjoyed it fully because I just felt bad. But the second time was really great, and I was saying before, me and Joel, we sat at the tavern afterwards after it all finished. We had all the auction items had gone, and we raised like $50-something thousand just in the one day, and we just both looked at each other and just started crying. Like it was just, it's so fulfilling to help other people. It's awesome. It's so good. And it does take a lot out of you, especially when you've been through it. Like,
I bet it does.
I didn't have a lot to do with it. If I'm going to be honest with you, mate, I didn't really have a lot to do with the girls. I seen them. I said g'day to them. I spoke to them for not very long, and I just left it at that. And I let all the other guys deal with it all, because it's just knowing how hard it was for me.
Mate. Yes, mate.
And it's just so hard to comprehend that. I think the girls were both 12 at the time, and it's just horrendous, mate, to think what they're going through, and it's really hard.
Well, Dee, I just want to say, mate, there's no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong way to do stuff like that. There's no right or wrong way to go through what you've been through, mate. But you're an inspiration, bro.
No,
I want to thank you for your time, mate.
No, I appreciate that.
This, my heart for this, mate, is that, all of us out there who haven't been through it, and if we're honest, will probably never go through it, can have the gift of of being able to see life a little bit different.
Yeah.
You know, because let's face it, mate, everything we go through is a big deal. You know,
Yeah.
we feel like it is, but when we put it into context, it's not. It's not that big a deal.
No.
And I love some of the things you've said, mate. You know, just even being able to, you know, just to right size the issues you go through, be able to look at things and be positive in the negative. Because like life is stressful. You know, and
it is.
we live in a world, mate, where anxiety and depression and all those things are off the chart, and we get it. You know, it's a busy, full on life, but you know, a lot of the things we go through are a choice, aren't they, mate?
Yeah.
And you've chose well, bro. And I'm just so proud of you, mate. I love you, and I thank you for your
Too,
time.
mate. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Bro.